Many a time, the UN has warned that the situation in Yemen could get worse due to the lack of funding. World Food Programme said before that unless the program receives sustainable new funding immediately, mass starvation and famine will follow. More is in the following report.
The United Nations said its humanitarian agencies are facing the biggest funding gap ever in Yemen, warning of the risk of a sharp rise in humanitarian needs across the war-torn country, including the risk of famine in some areas, unless additional funding is secured. The report said that it is the sharpest year-on-year decrease of any UN-coordinated plan in the world, which forced aid agencies to reduce assistance and close programs. The report, which tackled the updated humanitarian situation in Yemen, said all sectors are facing the impact of funding gaps, with life-saving activities either scaled back or completely ceased in some areas. In June, the World Food Programme was forced to cut rations for millions of people as a result of critical funding gaps. That was the second major food cut in just 6 months. By the end of July, a few sectors received about a quarter of the required funding, while many were strikingly underfunded, with aid agencies facing unprecedented funding shortages, which have already impacted the delivery of life-saving humanitarian assistance and services to millions of Yemenis. Responses scale up to a rapidly deteriorating situation, including the impact of flooding, is unattainable. It pointed out that several other critical programs, including maternal and child health support, mine action, protection services, and non-food items programs will be closed. Funding gaps and subsequent aid reductions or cuts have worsened people's humanitarian needs in Yemen, as the report stressed, adding that mainly women and children are at risk of further aid reduction.